The wheel. Over 5,000 years ago, the invention of the wheel reshaped human civilization. First appearing in Mesopotamia around 3,500 BCE, the earliest wheels weren't for transport at all. They were for pottery. But soon, people realized the same principle could move carts and wagons. This breakthrough allowed heavier loads to travel farther and faster than human or animal backs alone. Roads developed, trade expanded, and armies could march with supplies more efficiently. From the chariots of ancient empires to modern cars and trains, the wheel is at the core of almost every mode of transport. It turned isolated settlements into connected societies and laid the groundwork for complex economies and empires. Writing systems. Around 3200 BCE, the Sumerians of Mesopotamia pressed wedge-shaped marks into clay tablets, inventing cuneiform, one of the world's first writing systems. In Egypt, hieroglyphs soon followed, then scripts in China, India, and Mesoamerica. Writing transformed human history. For the first time, knowledge could be stored outside memory. Laws, like Hammurabi's Code, could be written and enforced consistently. Trade could span great distances with records and contracts. History, religion, and science could be passed to future generations. Writing made administration possible, literacy desirable, and education essential. It is the foundation of civilization's continuity. The printing press. In 1450, Johannes Gutenberg's printing press revolutionized communication. By adapting movable type and a hand press, he made books cheaper and faster to produce than ever before. Before printing, a single book could take months or years to copy by hand. With the press, thousands could be printed in the same time. The Bible became widely available, fueling religious debate and the Protestant Reformation. Scientific works spread rapidly, igniting the scientific revolution. Literacy rates climbed, ideas traveled faster, and revolutions followed. The printing press shattered the monopoly of knowledge held by elites and gave power to the masses. The steam engine. The 18th century saw the rise of the steam engine, perfected by inventors like James Watt. Harnessing steam power turned heat into motion, liberating industry from water wheels and muscle power. Factories could now run anywhere, producing textiles, iron, and goods at unprecedented speed. Railroads and steamships shrank the world, moving people and products across continents and oceans. The steam engine fueled the Industrial Revolution, transforming rural societies into urban ones, birthing modern economies, and laying the foundation for global trade and empire. It marked humanity's first great step into a machine-powered age, electricity. By the late 19th century, electricity had transformed daily life. Pioneers like Thomas Edison, Nikola Tesla, and Michael Faraday helped turn experimental science into practical power. Electric lighting replaced candles and gas lamps, extending productive hours into the night. Power grids fueled factories, trams, and homes. Telegraph and telephone networks, also built on electricity, made instant long-distance communication possible. Electricity became the lifeblood of modern cities, running elevators, trains, and industries. It reshaped the world into a 24-hour society and remains the invisible foundation of nearly every modern technology. Antibiotics. In 1928, Alexander Fleming noticed mold-killing bacteria in a petri dish. Penicillin was born. By the 1940s, antibiotics were mass-produced, transforming medicine forever. Before them, even minor infections could kill. Surgery was often deadly. With antibiotics, pneumonia, tuberculosis, and infected wounds became treatable. Life expectancy jumped, infant mortality fell, and millions of lives were saved. Combined with vaccines, antibiotics made modern medicine possible. They also changed warfare. World War II soldiers who might have died of infection survived. Though antibiotic resistance is now a growing concern, their discovery remains one of history's greatest life-saving breakthroughs. The computer born during World War II to break codes and automate calculations, early computers like ENIAC filled entire rooms, but within decades, microprocessors shrank them to desktops and laptops. Computers revolutionized nearly every field: science, finance, communication, education, and entertainment. They process information faster than any human could, enabling space exploration, medical research, and automation. In business and government, computers became indispensable tools. Today, nearly every device, from cars to phones, has a computer inside. They didn't just change history, they created the digital era we live in. The Internet. In the late 20th century, the Internet connected computers into one global network. Originally a military project, it grew into a tool for scientists, then the public. By the 1990s, the World Wide Web made it accessible worldwide. The Internet collapsed distances. Emails replaced letters, video calls replaced telegrams, and social media reshaped culture and politics. Entire industries were born. E-commerce, streaming, cloud computing. Information became accessible to anyone, anywhere, at any time. The Internet has transformed how we learn, work, shop, and communicate. It is the defining technology of the modern age, and its influence is still expanding. The airplane. In 1903, on the dunes of Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, the Wright brothers achieved the first powered flight. Their fragile biplane stayed aloft for just 12 seconds. But that moment launched the modern age of aviation. Within a decade, airplanes advanced from experimental craft to tools of reconnaissance in World War I. By World War II, they had become decisive weapons, fighters, bombers, and transport planes that could change the course of battles and even entire wars. In peacetime, aviation revolutionized travel and commerce. Distances that once took weeks by ship could now be crossed in hours. Air freight connected economies, while passenger airlines shrank the globe, making mass tourism possible. The airplane also opened the skies to exploration and paved the way for spaceflight. From the Wright brothers' fragile flyer to today's jetliners and rockets, aviation transformed how humanity moves, fights, and dreams, turning the world into a connected stage.